Welcome to the Agnihotra Ladies, the Cosmic Clinic. I'm the Agnihotra Lady, and this episode is about downloading your spiritual apps for planetary healing and for healing of yourself. So let's get started with the Baruti mantra. Boom swaha, Agnihotra Namah Swaha, Vayaveda Namah Swaha. Suyayada Namama Burgawa Swaha Raja Patiye Namama. Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me this evening. And I have a lot of things that we want to share, and I'm excited to always share an information that can make your lives better, easier, filled with love, and less chaos. Because during this time, there's a lot of things that have been happening. The several shootings and other things that have been happening, and it's really good to know that there are tools that are in place to help us to live our better lives. So let's just talk about spiritual apps. So I named this talk, do you have your spiritual apps downloaded? And I guess it stems from conversations that I've had with my daughter and other um, millennials or young people or whatever. And everybody has to have the latest iPhone with all the apps to be productive. You have your apps for your social media, your Facebook, your TikTok, and all these things. And you have apps for productivity, for jobs. And you even have apps that can measure your fitness level and how many steps you make and your heart rate. And we have apps that make our lives easier because we're a technology driven society where we're always on the go, and there's a lot of technology and advances in these discoveries that make our life easier. But we don't want to get too far away from the technology and the apps that really are simple to use for our daily lives. And so if you think about we as the human beings, okay, we are this desktop. Okay, our operating system is nature powered by God, the creator, Mother, Father, God. And so, this is our desktop. Okay, so what are the apps available within our physical bodies and our energetic bodies that allow us to take care of ourselves and to flourish? Okay, so there are several things available. We have pranayamic breathing. Okay, we have yoga, we have meditation. And so there are different things that allow us to utilize our bodies at the highest level of awareness and to understand this operating system is not just the physical form. And so if you're talking about the things that have been provided for us that we may have forgotten, we don't have to go to all of these man-made things in order to operate at maximum capacity. So are you using your spiritual apps? Okay. Are you using your pranayamic breathing, the yoga and your meditation to connect and to take care of your body? to take care of your family, take care of your planet. And so a wonderful app, spiritual app, is Agnihotra, which is what we teach here at Shantivilla Institute. And so for those of you new to the show, Agnihotra is an Ayurvedic practice that we perform it in a copper pyramid. It's done at sunrise and sunset, and it's tuned to the circadian rhythm of nature. At sunrise, there's a beautiful flooding of energies, ethers, and electricities that flood the planet. And so we chant a Sanskrit mantra, and then nutrients are put back into the atmosphere. There's a rejoicing of everything. All the animals, the entire planet is vibrating with happiness because we're cleaning up the atmosphere, we're restoring the soil. We are bringing back life to a planet that we have polluted. And as we perform the Agnihotra, that purification, that transformation is happening within our bodies. Okay, so this spiritual app in Ayurvedic terms is called Agnihotra, the basic home of fire. This is a very profound and powerful app in which we can fine tune our bodies and get the planet back to the way it needs to be in balance with nature. So this is what we teach. So we do this at sunrise. And then also at sunset, we say the evening mantra. And there's a receding of those energies, ethers, and electricities. And once again, we're putting nutrients back into the atmosphere that go 8 miles up, and it's a 2-mile radius. And there's a beautiful, deep healing that takes place for the planet. And so for those of you that have been keeping up with the Save Soil campaign that Sadhguru Jaggi has been going all around the world talking about Save Soil, this particular spiritual app, Agnihotra, is a way to save the soil and to save the planet. Okay, Agnihotra has been scientifically proven to reverse pollution. The pollution that we have made. We are supposed to be wise. We have not been taking good care of the planet, but we will be remembering all of the ancient ways in which to do so that way we can have a complete healing of the planet and ourselves. And so let's not forget how powerful we are as humans. Within us is the DNA in which to heal everything, our bodies and the planet. Recently, someone was talking about that Microsoft has created a synthetic DNA storage for data. And they were, some people are saying, oh my gosh, now that they're manipulating DNA. So let's take a look at that. So Microsoft, along with one of the universities, I think it's Washington University, they have synthesized our DNA, human DNA, to replicate storage because our DNA is so powerful with the capacity in which we live with the creation within our very bodies that they have synthesized this now so they can have data storage because they say there's not enough data storage available. And by looking at the mechanism of human DNA, they said, this is powerful. Let's harness that. Let's synthesize this in the lab so we can have more data storage. Okay, so we can use our computers, so we can develop our AI and do all these things. It still requires a lot of space, which actually our current storage needs, most of it is done through magnetic means as well as optical media. And so that is not very good for the planet, because then you're tampering with the electromagnetic field. But take that in, that Microsoft has synthesized DNA for data storage. If you don't think you're powerful, just understand that DNA, which is one of our spiritual apps, that's what our bodies are made of. It's being synthesized now to use to progress this technology, to fulfill a need. They have synthesized human DNA, everyone. Listen to that. So there's nothing to fear, because it makes me think of some lyrics of Kendrick Lamar when he says that, these different things in our DNA. So we got power in our DNA. We have knowledge, wisdom in our DNA. There's power, wisdom, knowledge, love in our DNA. He says our DNA is not imitation. So they can synthesize this DNA, but you cannot imitate it. Okay. So Kendrick Lamar, if you listen to this, sorry that I changed your lyrics around a little bit, but I want everyone to understand the power that you have as a human. You yourself are this powerful system that Mother, Father, God created. So the DNA within our very bodies is a spiritual app. Ooh, highly powerful. That we are synthesizing it hard for data storage. Okay, for data storage. So it cannot be imitated. So when you sit and meditate, when you sit in front of the fire and you do Agnihotra, you understand that you are activating your DNA. Whatever junk DNA they say that you have is not junk DNA, is being activated when you practice Agnihotra, because you are a powerful being. You have DNA. So there's power, knowledge, love, wisdom in your DNA that cannot be imitated. Your DNA cannot be imitated. So this technology that everyone thinks has to come from outside or inside a lab, this technology, the ancient technology, is within you. It's within you. Okay? Let's be reminded of who we are as the caretakers of the planet and the planet itself, that these problems that we have, whether it be the pollution by way of the water, the air, the soil, okay, the electromagnetic field now is polluted, the prana is polluted. We have the power to correct these things because we are human beings with powerful DNA. So when we talk about these spiritual apps, while we're downloading all these apps, make sure that you get your download every day, every moment. Okay, do you have your latest software installed? Are you meditating? Are you eating well? Are you taking walks in nature? Okay. Are you doing the things to take care of your planet? These are things that each and every one of us have to do, being human beings assigned to this planet, this spaceship that we call planet Earth. So remember that the technology, the ancient technology, is you, the human being, and you are powerful. All of us are powerful. So each talk, I'm going to talk about different things, like I mentioned before, that are in conjunction with the Save Soil campaign that Sadhguru Jaggi has been really promoting heavily. So I've talked before about the Save Soil campaign. You may have seen those videos that I've done. I did one with Waka Flocka Flame. We talked about the soil. I think last talk I talked about atmosphere. So now I'm going to talk about the water. Like I said before, when you save soil, then you get tapped into saving all the parts and components of nature, all of the things that help us to exist and thrive on this planet. So you're not just saving soil, you're saving everything. So let's talk about the water. Okay, so with Agnihotra, I've talked about the purification that takes place in the many scientific studies that have shown what it does to the air. It cleanses the water and it takes away the pathogenic bacteria. It deals with the SO2 and NO2, and it gives a balance to anything that is living. It balances out the human body and it gives us a peace of mind. So let's talk about water. So when you think about the pollution that's happening to the water, everyone has to drink water. It has to be clean. We need it for farming. We need it to bathe with, to conduct electricity, and to do many different things. Everybody depends upon water. And so what happens when the man-made pollution gets rampant? So let's take it all the way back to before we even get to the rain, when we have seeding of the clouds. Because of the pollution, the practices that we have had, now we have unnatural seeding of the clouds with the fluorocarbons. Okay, and so Agnihotra, which is the basic humidifier, just so that you know, it is a climate engineering technique that can be used to do proper seeding of the clouds. So the clouds form, and so we don't have this acid rain that is destructive. Because when this rain process starts in the clouds and the water comes down, if it's acid rain, that affects the erosion of the soil, the nutrients being able to be absorbed by the plants. And then, of course, this is how mountains are formed and our rivers and valleys are formed, how our oceans flow into the rivers and all of that. So you're talking about an entire water system that can be healed by just performing Agnihotra regularly. It's a climate engineering technique that allows for proper seeding of the clouds. So when it rains, the rain is beautiful, nourishing, and it brings about the life that the entire planet needs. So that water that we're talking about, we're talking about hashtag save soil, water is part of this. If the water is coming down and it's polluted, that affects the soil. It affects our water supply. The insects drink this, we drink this, it affects our fertility. Okay, the way our bodies are able to heal. Okay, it affects all these things. So it's important that we understand this process of water. It's not just when it's down here on the ground, it starts in the clouds. Everything is connected. So just think about that as we are working on our neighborhoods and healing the situations where the pollution has just messed up everything, where we have cloudy and smoggy skies. So the water can be cleansed. Agnihotra, when you do Agnihotra on a daily basis, it balances the pH of water. It makes it clearer. It cleanses the water. Okay, we don't have to worry about dealing with sick plants when we use water that has been formed in the clouds where Agnihotra has been produced. Okay, within those clouds, that it has produced the healthy droplets to come down, and now we can have the proper nutrients to go to our plants. And also know too that water now is not being able to absorb energy properly from the sun because of the pollution. So Agnihotra deals with that as well. So water is just it reacts magnetically, and with pollution, it too needs to absorb just like plants do. So water energetically is restored when we're doing the Agnihotra. This is something that every farmer or any person that grows food can do to help with the water. And so as this water is going from ocean and seas to rivers to streams, from rivers and lakes and all these things, this is how you cleanse the water. So we're talking about from cloud to the water droplet gets here, and then keeping it clean when it gets on this planet. So know that if, let's just say you have you go to the source of the river or the source of the water, if you do Agnihotra right there and put the resultant ash, which is, let's see, I have some ash somewhere around here. If you go and put the ash at the riverhead, it cleanses the water. And let me show you the ash. I thought I had the jar here. Okay, it was on the other table. I had moved it. Even though I went through all of that, I still misplaced some things. But this is the resultant ash. So go to the head of a water source, the head of a river or a lake. Do Agnihotra. Take that ash, place it there at the riverhead, the river source. and that you cleanse the whole source. So that's the power of Agnihotra, the ash, on the water systems. But like I said, we wanted to get to a place where before the water even hits upon the planet, it's clean to begin with through the seeding, the natural seeding of the clouds. So those are the two main ways in which we can cleanse our water and to save the soil, to save ourselves, to nourish everything. So it cleanses water. You don't have to bottle the bottled water. So you put Agnihotra ash in a gallon jug of just regular tap water or whatever, put it out in the sun for 3 days, it cleanses it. So these are the effects on the water. This is how Agnihotra helps the water. So I just wanted to talk about these things because each week, in conjunction with the hashtag Save Soil, I wanted to talk about the many different ways that Agnihotra helps reverse pollution. It reverses pollution. So the things that are generated from the fire, there are five chemicals: acetylene, formaldehyde, butylplancton. Make sure that I don't miss the other two. Ethylene oxide, and those are the five, I think. No, that's not the five. Hold on. Let me make sure I give you the entire. Okay, I'll let you know here in a minute. So ethylene oxide, propylene oxide, formaldehyde, butylplancton, and acetylene. Those are the five chemicals that are produced from Agnihotra. And this is how it cleanses the water. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned those five elements that are produced, those five chemicals that are produced when you are performing Agnihotra. And the more you perform Agnihotra, the more you're helping to restore the planet and to restore the health of your body, your mind, and your spirit, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Okay, so that's the message that we wanted to share with you this evening. And I'm so happy that you're joining me. Feel free to share this Facebook Live. We also uploaded to our YouTube channel, which is Heal the Atmosphere 1 is our YouTube channel. That's Heal the Atmosphere, the numeral 1. That's our YouTube channel. So if you prefer to look on YouTube, I've uploaded all our talks on our YouTube channel. And so you can go to shantivillainstitute.com, shantivillainstitute.com. That's SHANTI, villainstitute.com for our Agnihotra kits. Make sure you can see those. Why is it looking crooked? Okay, there we go. It's not crooked now. Okay. Had a busy day today. Had to talk to y'all though, because of the copper pyramid, a copper cup, tongues, a tray, a spoon, and here's a tray. So this is what we use to perform Agnihotra. We also have dried cow dung because we have our beautiful and loving cows. And this is our dried cow dung that we also sell. And then we have our books for sale, which here's the Secret Science of Mudras, written by Sri Charles, Sadhguru Sri Charles. He wrote this book. So there's mudras that are healing for your body that you can do while you meditate or when you're not meditating. And so we have other things for sale, but these are our main things. So Shantivilla Institute, our main campus is in Tuskegee. We're not open to the public, but the Conyers location is open to the public by appointment. I have garden workshops. You can come over for pranayama breathing, deep breathing classes, as well as other Ayurvedic classes that I have. And you're welcome So if you have any questions, you can go to shantivillainstitute.com. I'm on Facebook, Shantivilla Institute, and then we have Shantivilla Atlanta, two separate Facebook pages. You can email us at shantivillainstitute@gmail.com. And our phone number is 334 640 7440. And I always get that confused. Let me make sure I give you the right number because it's different from my Atlanta number, which I'm not using anymore. Let me make sure that I have the right number. 334 740 6440. That's the number to reach us, okay? So I love you all very much. Continue to be blessed. And I will talk to you the next time. This has been the Agnihotra Ladies, the Cosmic Clinic. And I'll see you the next time.